Hello and welcome to episode 513 of Contending at the Water Cooler. I'm your host, Clarence Moy, and I'm joined by a bevy of other contending staff members. So, Bevy, let's go around the cooler and tell the listeners who you are and where they can find you on the internet. Jalal, let's start with you.
Me?
Yes,
Hi.
you.
My name is Jalal, and you can find me in Los Angeles.
Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan McLaughlin. You can find me at Hey Dude Meg, and I'm also mourning Lisa Todd Wexley's father's death again for the second time.
And not the last.
Yeah, I hope maybe we'll mourn him again in season 4.
Joey.
Hi. You said Bevy. I naturally shimmied. I don't know why. Hi, I'm Joey Moser. You can find me on places at Joey Moser 83.
And again, I'm Clarence Moy. You can find me on Twitter at Masha Rock. Sorry, at Clarence Moy. Sorry, inside joke. Hey guys, welcome, Jalal. It's very good to have you on the show again.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
Yeah, excellent. Well, this week we have brought you back to break down our final Emmy predictions in all of the major categories. Now, we're going to cover these, of course, on the website, but listeners to our podcast will get a preview of what we think will be announced when the 2025 Primetime and Creative Arts Emmy nominations are announced next Tuesday, July 15th. And of course, I know, I can't believe it's here. It kind of, the last couple of weeks just kind of crept up on us once the phase 1 voting window finally stopped.
Yeah.
And I've been anxiously catching up to as much as I can. I'm kind of barreling through Shrinking. I need to watch Nobody Wants This so that I can vote on the Cooler Awards. And by the way, if our listeners haven't voted on the Cooler Awards, the link is on the television page of our website. What are the Cooler Awards? They are the contendings nominations for the best in television in the 2025 Emmy year. They are not predictions. They are what our readers and our staff think are the best so far, or the best within the television year. So please make sure that you take the time to go and vote on that. And so we're going to go through our Emmy predictions, and then, of course, we'll close the podcast, as always, with a flash forward to the media we're most anticipating in the upcoming week. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope you all had a very happy 4th of July. I understand there are things that make that unhappy or less happy than, in other years, but hopefully you at least got to have some fun or relaxed or did something creative over the past weekend.
I did.
Good. Did you go see Dinosaur Sex?
No, I didn't get a chance to see that yet, but Joey said it's not that graphic. He said it's like
they don't even kiss; they like nuzzle.
Yeah,
Megan, did you think those dinosaurs would actually fuck in a major studio film? The one studio film that they used to get money from China.
I thought it would at least be like somewhat like, I don't know, like scandalous, not nuzzling. Oh my God. I'll just watch Days of Our Lives for that.
Is Days of Our Lives still in the air?
Oh my God, it's on Peacock.
I think it's on Peacock, yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
How dare you?
I'll go sit in the corner now. All right. Very good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all of the categories that we're predicting. So all of the limited series, drama, and comedy performance races, the series, and for shits and giggles, the TV movie. And this year we're adding a guest in a drama or comedy series. So a guest performance, I should say, in a drama or comedy series, which we have not done previously. So let's kick things off with limited supporting actress in a limited series. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I've got our predictions here. I'm going to go through the ones that we all have in common, and then let's talk about where we differ. And it looks like, actually, I should make this a little bit easier for me to read. What have we got in common here? We have
this category is all over the place. This is the hardest one to find a consensus.
It kind of is all over the place, but we do have Chloe Sevigny from Monsters, The Lyle, and Eric Menendez story all in common. It looks like somebody's going in and changing the votes.
Well, no, it's just that
Did you erase your stuff?
No, I had because we were releasing some of the stuff, not drama one day, comedy one day, and I was just like, I was really busy this morning and I completely forgot to do it. So I was like, I'll get through most of. I haven't done these, so I'll bang through it really fast.
Ooh,
All right.
I might adjust mine actually as we're talking.
Okay.
Clarence is gonna kill us.
No. I haven't
deleted.
Did they get deleted? You mean no. I hid columns. I hid columns.
I was thinking he's firing people live on air.
You're gone. It's just the four of us. We rule the world. So we also have Erin Doherty from Adolescence, a single episode performance, but we have her. All of us have her in contention, and then we have Jenny Slate dying for sex. And that looks like those are the only three that we all have in common. Now, there's going to be 6 nominees here. Who wants to jump in? It's kind of where they think beyond those 3, those last 3 slots will be filled.
I have not finished Adolescence yet, but I feel like this is a case of baby reindeer type of maybe. And that's why I picked Christine Tremarco. I threw her in. And then I also picked Kristen Milioti because her episode of USS Callister from years ago was so iconic, and she's having a great year right now. So I picked her too.
And didn't she get the first US Callister? Didn't she get a precursor?
Did.
Yeah.
I feel like she did. Like she's just like she's having a big year. And then I picked Maxine Peake for Say Nothing because she's incredible, and she's playing, it's the older version of the Lola Pettigrew performance. So I feel like those go hand in hand, and they're both excellent, and so I adjusted to pick her.
And I should say that now that everyone has filled out all of their information, we also
doing that?
I don't know. We also all agree on Christine Tremarco from Adolescence, who plays.
We do? Okay.
Yeah, so that's 4, all in agreement. So we're coming down. So Megan, you mentioned Kristen Milioti for Black Mirror. Jalal, you also have her nominated, and then 3 of us. I got to be honest. I haven't seen a lot of these shows, which is terrible for me to admit, but. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not going to watch The Penguin. I'm not. Forgive me. But a lot of people have Deirdre O'Connell in contention there. I just didn't know where to go to kind of fill those slots. It's a little bit of a mess in kind of all over the place in terms of where we think the Television Academy will go. But because The Penguin is having a big year, I went with her.
And then these categories, I just went. Oh, sorry, Clarence, were you still talking?
No, go ahead.
I was just saying with these categories, like my kind of like thinking, like Megan mentioned, like the baby reindeer effect, and we see it more and more. So I just went with what shows, not even performance based, but just which shows have the most eyeballs.
Yeah.
So I just kept, even if I don't know, I haven't seen The Penguin. Like I don't know if any of us have. I was like, well, a lot of them have seen The Penguin, and they all know who Deirdre O'Connell is. They've seen Monster, they've seen Adolescence, and no matter the quality of Black Mirror, they've seen it. So
yeah.
And in a way, I picked the Kristen Milioti pick was kind of for The Penguin too. Yeah. Like in a way. So
I went with for my 6th slot, and this is the weakest one I'm on, as I went with Leslie Manfield for Disclaimer.
I watched that show. And I was into it for a while. Did you watch it?
No, you just say it like it's a badge of honor. Like I achieved this really hard thing to do that no one else did.
Well, because like people were like talking about the ending is so weird. Because I was really into it up to a point, but I just feel like I don't know who to trust by the end of it. And but she's good in it, and Kevin Kline is good in it too. But actually, I think Layla George is really good in it too. Kate Blanchett's not the best thing about it, and she's fantastic in it as she always is. But there is a
Some
really good supporting
some
cast.
faggot in West Hollywood just shuddered. I'm just saying. Sorry. Go ahead.
Just wait till she's in Squid Game America.
You spoiled it.
Sorry. And I also thought about what of these shows has been out the longest, and what of these shows has been, maybe not seen the most, but talked about the most. And I kept, when I had a question about how to fill out a category, I generally tended to go with something that has been out, since last fall, because we know things that are new generally don't pop up. And if it's, newer in terms of late breaking in the year, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Because she's Leslie Manville, because Disclaimer was at Venice last year, and made a splash there, although I feel like nobody talked about it after the fact. I'm going with her, but I'm fully convinced that I will be wrong with that prediction. I just wasn't sure who else to put in there. Maybe it is Kristen Milioti for Black Mirror. I just don't hear a lot of people talking about Black Mirror. That was the thing that kind of tripped me up there.
I know.
It's just a shame because I think some of these studios have to stop taking their advice from certain awards columnists that don't know what they're talking about, because I feel like FX was advised not to submit Sissy Spacek to further Jenny Slate's winning campaign. And there was so much room here for Sissy Spacek.
Yes, agreed.
Mm.
So Megan, you've listed what you've predicted. Joey, I think you and I are in alignment. True story. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I think I have. I'm on the wrong category. Yeah, I think for some reason I think people are gonna assume that this is sort of a blanket thing for limited series, but I think some people are underestimating Say Nothing. I don't have it really predicted in this category, but I can totally see Christine Tremarco getting in for Adolescence. People could probably assume it's like, oh, that's a small cast, we can nominate everyone. I would like to see her in because I thought she's really great in that last episode.
Absolutely. And
I just don't trust the actors branch to have seen Say Nothing.
Yeah.
They're generally the dumbest branch of all of them.
So you went with Kristen Milioti.
Yeah. I think the two kind of people we haven't mentioned so far that I think are in contention that I'm not predicting are Ruth Negga for Presumed Innocent, because that did come out last summer. People did watch it. It's hard to tell how popular it will be. It could be it could surprise us, or it could be left out entirely. And then I would not count out Imogen Faith Reed for Good American Family, because I think that show was wickedly watched. Very, very popular. Everyone
always
knows
in the
that story.
Hulu top 10, like always at the top every week.
Every week on TikTok, scenes from that show were all over my feed. She was doing interviews. They both were, but I saw Imogen Faith Reed everywhere, and it's a flashy performance, and I could see people seeing her on the ballot and them remembering her very vividly from that show.
Excellent point. Anything else on supporting actress in the limited series? Joey, you want to take us through supporting actor in a limited series?
Do I? So just going off of like what I have, I think most of us would agree that, well, actually not everyone, but most people have Owen Cooper from Adolescence. Most of us have Clarence, Jalal, me, and Megan all have Ashley Walters from Adolescence. He's in 2 episodes. Javier Bardem for Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story is in there. I think most of us, all of us have Peter Sarsgaard for Presumed Innocent, and all of us have Rob Delaney for Dying for Sioux. Megan has Anthony Boyle, and
that's a good prediction.
Yeah, he's been like steadily in a lot of
He's
stuff.
popping off. He's popping off. He's going to be Sam
Yeah.
Friedman in that one movie, or in that one limited series coming out.
Which one? Megan?
The one about Sam Friedman, and I think
Oh yeah.
is Julia Garner playing his girlfriend?
Probably. She's been fucking everything.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Penguin yet. I'm actually intrigued by it. I have Clancy Brown. I don't know who that is. I don't know what role they have. I saw some people predicting. I think I copied Clarence. Like this category is, I don't know. I don't know if you would put do they go for a name like Nathan Lane, who has 1 million Emmy nominations? Do they go for I don't think it's like Hugh Grant for Bridget Jones. He's barely in it. I heard Sacha Baron Cohen is decent in Disclaimer, but I don't know. I think most of us have, at least the people on this podcast, have a lot of the same things.
So Megan, you left out Owen Cooper for Adolescence. What was your thought process there?
Oh, I didn't even see that. Sorry. I get very overwhelmed with these charts, to be honest. So I'd probably I mean, he probably does get in. Let me see. I'm moving my. I had the Penguin guy getting in.
He's probably winning, right?
Renzi Feliz. Okay,
no.
I'm taking Rami Youssef out and putting Owen Cooper in. There we go.
Goodbye.
Remember, I didn't finish that show, so I don't know the names of the people. Sorry.
Little kid.
Yes, got it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to advocate for you changing your predictions. I was just curious.
No, that was a good point, because I do get confused with these charts. Sorry.
No worries. All right. Very good.
Oh, and it's Sam Bankman-Fried. Sorry, I got Anthony Boyle's name. The guy he's playing, the altruist. It's Sam Bankman-Fried, not Sam Friedman. Before you send your letters to me, I'm fact-checking myself. And Julia Garner does play his girlfriend. I did get that right.
She is in everything. I feel like she's in my house right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to kill her.
Oh, yay.
Isn't she is she in that movie that's coming out next month?
She's in Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
No, she's not.
Talking about weapons.
Yes, she is.
She's the Silver Surfer or whatever.
Oh my god!
Isn't it a big deal because they made it a woman?
No, there's a female silver. There's a female Silver Surfer in the comics.
She's a Silver Surfette, like a Smurfette.
She's gonna be in that movie too, probably.
Right.
Oh my god, the trailer for that movie looks so terrible.
I still think it's a movie from the other two. I swear to God. Every time I see the poster that's Rihanna is Smurfette, I'm like, this is a joke.
It's like a joke from the studio.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else, Jalal? What else do you have? You're in alignment with what you have. Peter Sarsgaard, which I did not put Peter Sarsgaard in there.
I put Peter Sarsgaard in just because he's Peter Sarsgaard.
I put him in there because people like him.
Yeah.
And I don't have faith in most of these people. And any other year, most of these people would not get in. So it's really hard for me. I don't have a lot of faith in J.G. Plass because he's barely in Dying for Sex besides the first episode. But I don't know who to take him out with. The only people that I think are worthy of Emmy nominations this year are Owen Cooper, Javier Bardem, and Rob Delaney. But I mean, in 9th or 10th place on Gold Derby, they have Brian Cox for The Parenting. That's how dire
I
this
saw
is.
that.
Oh no!
I never did watch that movie, although I was dying to. For not for a hate watching kind of thing. But this is. I mean, when you've got two completely nameless people from the Penguin showing up here, it's a rough situation. Yeah. I almost don't want to talk about this category anymore. It's just making me feel uncomfortable. Okay. Jalal, you want to take us through limited series actress?
Yeah, I do. And the nominees are Michelle Williams, Dying for Sex, Kristen Milioti, The Penguin, Renee Zellweger, Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. And then probably Kate Blanchett for Disclaimer and Lola Pettigrew for Say Nothing, with strong contention from Ellen Pompeo for Good American Family. And, oh, Jesus, this is rough.
That's basically it.
Yeah. Is there any? Sorry, Joey, did you say you had a question?
Yeah. I see so many people predicting Caitlin Deaver for Apple Cider Vinegar. And I'm just like, I don't think anybody watched that.
That got terrible reviews. It got like.
Is it just like, oh, she's gonna get nominated for something else, and like
The Last of Us?
Yeah, there are a lot of eyeballs on Netflix. Those eyeballs didn't really translate.
Yeah.
Like no one talked about it online,
Right.
so it didn't become like a viral sensation. But it did get a lot of views. But I think those views were people my age and younger who listened to like the podcast or whatever that it was based off of. I don't know if it's Emmy voters.
Okay. I'm really torn about, because I feel like I want to put Ellen Pompeo in there, but I don't know who to take out for that. And I'm wondering if I should take out Kate Blanchett.
That's what you did, Megan.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And I started Long Bright River with Amanda Seyfried.
It's bad, right?
She's good in it, but it's like I didn't love the direction. It was just, I don't know, it felt disjointed. And I love those types of stories, but for some reason it just didn't like completely grab me, and it was
because it's not Mare of Easttown, even though it wants to be.
Right, yeah, but she's good in it, and like she's always good. But maybe I need to keep watching. But
she needs a hoagie.
Hoagie, yeah.
I wonder if in some of these, Joel, you can probably tell me this, and put some of these down ballot races, if people are just going to skip these categories, or can they skip these categories?
They can skip them. I think they're going to vote for their favorite people.
Yeah.
They can also go in and vote for one or two people only.
Right.
But I think here, like, where are the pockets of excitement going to be? I mean, I could see there are people that, and I am catching up this week. I've been catching up this weekend on Say Nothing, and it is very good. So, and there's no other highbrow show. Like, there's 3 highbrow shows in this category, or in the limited categories in general. So I could see Say Nothing, her being pushed forward in a tight race. Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of skips here. I think you're right.
Because it's the award is just going to Michelle Williams, right? Because it's Michelle Williams and then 4 other actresses.
Yeah, I mean, Michelle Williams is incredible. It's my favorite show of the year. I love Dying for Sex.
All right. Anything else on actress?
I wish this was 6, but no.
Megan, why don't you take us to actor?
Sure. So, looks like I picked. Wait, are we just going down the line of who the consensus people were?
Yeah, let's start with the consensus, and then we'll go to
we've got Colin Farrell for The Penguin, Cooper Cook, or is it Koch? Koch for Cock. Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story.
And what a cock.
They just announced the next season, by the way. So.
We've got Stephen Graham for Adolescence.
Pause. What is the next season of Monsters?
Isn't it Ed Gein?
Lizzie Borden.
Oh my God, they did.
No.
Really? I mean,
40 whacks with a wet noodle fart.
It's all over Twitter right now.
Oh, that's gonna.
No, stop it! You're lying. You're lying.
Why isn't it Ed Gein?
It is Ed Gein.
This is the one they're filming right now. They're currently filming in season 4.
Okay.
Wait, is Lizzie Borden really happening? And is it going to be Sydney Sweeney?
Probably. No, it's going to be that girl, unless we kill her. Maybe this is where we finally kill her.
Who?
Clarence's favorite actress.
I don't
Aubrey
know who that
Plaza?
is.
No, we just talked about her for 10 minutes.
Julia Garner?
Oh, Julia Garner.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I'm going to have to kill you.
Oh, no.
Oh, that sounds fun. Okay, so
I'm changing my Rebel Ridge prediction because I can. And I'm going to go with Keep talking.
So we've got Colin Farrell, Cooper Koch,
Yes.
and Stephen Graham from Adolescence all in. Everybody has those three.
I actually might go with Nicholas Alexander Chavez because if you nominate one brother, you gotta nominate the other.
Sure.
That's why I think it's hard for either of them to get in.
Oh, but they're the Menendez brothers.
So yes, the beloved Menendez brothers.
To round out the five, because there are five in this category, I have Kevin Kline from Disclaimer, and which I'm now starting to second guess myself, because if Disclaimer is going to get 3 acting nominations, it does not get into limited series, and I just don't see it getting into limited series. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I struggle with too.
And for some reason, I picked Brian Tyree Henry for Dope Thief.
Yes, I picked him too. He's beloved and
he's always he got that Oscar nomination out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all 4 of us have him as well. So we actually align on 4.
Okay, so it's just the ones we don't are Kevin Kline.
Yeah.
And I picked Nicholas Alexander Chavez.
And Shalal, you have Jake Gyllenhaal from Presumed Innocent, and Joey has
I have Kevin Kline.
Kevin Kline. Okay.
I heard he's the best thing in it, so
he is really good.
Kevin Kline.
And it's been a long time since we've had some attention on Kevin Kline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
Another kind of terrible category.
Yeah.
Moral of the story is Mensa.
We're going to be talking a lot more about other things, so I think we should jump forward.
Yeah. I do want to point out one thing real quick for the limited series acting races in general. I think there might be some surprises because all our predictions, not just ours, across every website, are very white. And the Academy is much more diverse, and the Television Academy is much more diverse than other voting bodies. And so I could see other people getting in. I can't imagine all 4 of these categories being as white as they are.
Right.
So there's room for changes, hopefully.
Agreed. And on limited series, very quickly, all 4 of us agree on all 5 nominees, which are Adolescence, Dying for Sex, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, Say Nothing, and The Penguin.
I love the resurgence of Say Nothing because I feel like months ago everybody was like, now.
Well, I think there's just nothing that is taking its place.
So say nothing because there's nothing.
I think I don't know, maybe like before that, like going into the summer, I bet people could say Disclaimer or Presumed Innocent could take its spot. I think Netflix is really hoping Black Mirror can also pop in there, but I just feel like I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it after like the weekend it dropped. So I think they'll think that Say Nothing is like, the big prestige. I don't know. Like,
and after all, because of Shogun from last year, like it's coming off of that win. So I feel like like FX needs to have something,
And FX and Hulu, I mean, we talk about this every year. If there's one network that surprises in the limited series categories, it's always FX Hulu. Like, Joey, what's that show you love? They got all those acting nominations out of nowhere. About the strippers and the murder.
Welcome to Chippendale.
Welcome to Chippendale.
I got like 4 ads.
And then that same year, Megan, what's the show with all the white ladies that you loved?
You're going to have to be more specific.
Merritt Weaver, Catherine Hahn.
Oh, that was also me. Tiny Beautiful Things.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I usually hate white people. So that's usually not my thing.
But if there's one network that can get in a show that has like when people watch it, they get passionate about Say Nothing. So I think if there's a network that can push it forward, it is them.
And they've been doing interviews and campaigning for that show. So it's not like they're waiting for people to like discover it. I've seen
Yeah.
people, talking to them. So
Yeah. And it did get WGA nominations in the fall, so some people did see it.
Yeah.
So when some people are like, "Where did this show come from?" We'd be like, "We've been talking about it, you dumb whores."
Oh man.
I will reply to those tweets with the Contending's Twitter page.
Totally fine. All right. Joey, let's quickly move to the TV movie category.
Oh, I love this category.
God.
I love it. So we all have Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. We don't all have. I don't have Rebel Ridge. What is wrong with me?
What is wrong with you?
I don't know so much. We all have Rebel Ridge.
Oh, that's a miss. I clicked the wrong box because I definitely did not mean to pick
I was
Nanas.
gonna say, yeah, Nanas, Clarence.
Sorry, Mountainhead. Yes,
Starring
we all have
Vince
we all
Vaughn
have
and
Mountainhead.
Susan Sarandon.
Nanas or Nonas.
So we all have Bridget Jones. We all have Mountainhead. We all have Rebel Ridge. I have another simple favor.
That's
So
not
do I.
happening. That movie is terrible.
It's not
Clarence, you're doing predictions wrong, Clarence. Last year,
I know,
year,
yes.
Unfrosted was nominated.
And then like Clarence has The Gorge.
What's that? What the hell is
the
that?
Anya
It's that
Taylor
Apple
Joy,
movie.
Miles Teller still getting chances movie. And then I have Out of My Mind. I feel like Disney's pushing that one.
Yeah, I
Pretty
picked that
hard.
one too. Yeah.
Yeah, about the disabled child.
Yeah, her and Judith Light.
Oh.
So one of Judith Light is a sneaker supporting actress. I would sort of think it would be really fun if something like The Supremes and Earl's All You Can Eat got in, or people voted for Viola Davis as a president mowing down people with an assault rifle in G20. But yeah, this category is Bunkers Bananas.
And remember, this is and Joelle, I'm surprised you haven't brought this up. This is the category where Chippendale Rescue Rangers won
Yes.
like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I predicted that nomination.
It beat The Survivor, about the true story of the Holocaust survivor. Jeez, Chippendale.
Don't forget that also had that category also that year had Reno 911, the hunt for QAnon.
Yes.
And actually, that year is actually a perfect example of what this category has become in terms of predictions. Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Ray Donovan the movie, Reno 911, The Survivor, and Zoe's Extraordinary Christmas. So they look for properties that they recognize, which is why I think another simple favor will get in, and why Nona's. I predicted that because everyone watched that on Netflix.
Yes, I do know a lot of people like that.
That if you want true, like the truest form of any kind of awards chaos, it is this category. It doesn't matter if it's the Tonys. I don't care if it's the former Cable A's Awards. This is the most chaotic category every year consistently.
Yes, agreed. It feels like voters got drunk, blindfolded, spun around several times, and then threw a dart at a wall with movie posters on it. And that's how
Which is how awards should be done.
I would not hate that.
And we should do it live.
Yeah.
It'd be far more entertaining than the actual ceremony itself. I don't even know what Rebel Ridge is.
It's a Soderbergh piece, isn't it?
Is it?
Am I making that up? Someone correct me. Let me Google it. It's starring future Bond. I'm sorry. It's Jeremy Saulnier.
It's a Netflix movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeremy Saulnier, who did like Green Room and Blue Ruin, and it got really good reviews.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. Anything else on TV movie? Can't wait for the nomination.
God, no.
Can't wait for Bridget Jones to beat Mountainhead.
Hell yeah. I actually like that movie a lot. Bridget Jones.
Mountain Head or no? Okay,
No,
yeah.
Bridget
I
Jones.
was like, I didn't think you liked Mountain Head.
No, love Bridget Jones.
Jalal, why don't you take us into? We're going to break into the comedy races now and say goodbye to limited series. Why don't you take us to comedy guest actress?
With pleasure. And the nominees are, to most, but not all evidently, Julianne Nicholson for Hacks.
Yes.
Well, actually, this category is all over the place. So I have Julianne Nicholson for Hacks, Caitlin Olsen for Hacks, Melissa McCarthy, Only Murders in the Building, Jamie Lee Curtis, The Bear, Cynthia Erivo, Poker Face, and Zoe Kravitz for The Studio. And then beyond that, because I don't think there's a lot of consensus, it's essentially a lot of women in contention from The Studio, Hacks, and The Bear. And then Maya Rudolph for Saturday Night Live. I'm probably stupid for not predicting. But we have, but there's like people that in any other year would be strong contenders that still might get in, like Olivia Colman for The Bear, or Sarah Polley for The Studio, or.
Did you say Melissa McCarthy?
I have her in my predictions, yeah.
Did you say Cynthia Erivo for Poker Face?
I have her in my 6, yeah.
Yeah.
So we all agree on that one.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 we agree on. Okay.
And Jamie Lee Curtis and Julianne Nicholson and Melissa
McCarthy. Yes.
Oh, there's much more contention or unison than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 4 we all agree on. And then Megan, you've got Sarah Polley.
I picked Carol Burnett for Hacks.
She got in last year for supporting actress, so that's not crazy.
Yeah, those are because I just thought Sarah Polley was really good at playing. Like, this is stupid, playing herself on The Studio, and I thought it was great. And I, got lost thinking about her playing her. Whereas the other people, I'm like, oh, you're playing versions of yourself. But I think because Sarah Polley is, I don't know, she was such a good actress too. I liked her performance. So, and that's my favorite episode of The Studio.
I have her and Zoe Kravitz as well.
I went with Zoe Kravitz because
I haven't seen it yet.
You'll like that episode, I think, Megan. The end.
Yeah.
It's
Zoe
Weekend at
Kravitz,
Bernie's.
Yeah. It's she's also playing like, I think I picked her over Sarah Polley because Sarah Polley she gets to do some stuff as an exasperated director, but I think Zoe Kravitz stuff is broader. And she's in more than one episode. She's in, I think, the last 2. She's in the Golden Globes episode and then the episode of Vegas.
Does the episode of Vegas last? She's in 3, right?
She's in 3.
She's in 3 then, yeah.
Vegas is a 2-parter, and then
that's right.
Golden Globes, like you said, yeah.
To your point, Jalal, I think we are probably making a mistake by not including Maya Rudolph in Saturday Night Live. I feel like she always gets nominated.
When she usually wins, yeah.
Should I switch that? 'Cause I have Quinta Brunson for Saturday Night Live.
I would switch it.
Yeah, I would too. But I can't. Like, I've got Cynthia Erivo. I've got Jamie Lee Curtis. I've got Julianne Nicholson, Melissa McCarthy, Sarah Polley, and Zoe Kravitz. I don't know who. I guess I would take out Cynthia Erivo. But I felt like she's so popular this year because of Wicked.
And she's playing 3 or 4 roles in that particular.
It's 3 or 4. I didn't realize it was that many. I knew it was 2.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was more than that.
Yeah, she's playing like a ton of roles in that episode.
I saw like a commercial for it, like before something, like an ad before a show started, and it was a Poker Face ad specifically showing off Cynthia Erivo. So I don't know if they're like, this is an Emmy campaign.
I was at a Poker Face event, and they highlighted Cynthia Erivo wherever you went. They took over a bunch of burger restaurants in Los Angeles. So anyone who went to those, and it wasn't just like you had to be invited, anyone around the city could go to these burger places to get free food. And so it was just people showing up to these popular burger spots, and Cynthia Erivo was like shoved at you.
Cynthia Erivo burger they just have to have videos of her, the gif of her with her fingernails tapping her skull. You know what I'm talking about. When you're trying to manifest something.
Oh man.
I guess if I had to take somebody out, it would probably be Sarah Polley, but I'm going to stick with The Studio on this one and watch me be wrong. But I do think probably Maya Rudolph. Admittedly, I wonder how we all have Julianne Nicholson for Hacks, and I loved her performance in this, but I wonder how strong she is.
She almost died of cocaine, and then that's the performance performance of the year.
I think I actually would say that she's. If I had to pick a winner right now without even knowing who the nominees are, I would say it's her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think
she's
Jamie
so
Lee Curtis
funny.
is going to repeat.
Oh, thank God.
And it shows you how crowded this category is because there's so many women from Hacks that we haven't even discussed. Like usually Jane Addams gets in. This year I loved Robbie Hoffman, and I would love to see Robbie Hoffman and Lauren Weedman in her one episode arc this year was perfect as the mayor.
Yeah.
So lots of options.
Any other contenders that we want to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay. Megan, guest actor in a comedy series.
Okay, so we have, it looks like, well, you and I picked, well, I'll go with the consensus first. We have Bryan Cranston for The Studio. All of us picked that. John Bernthal for The Bear. All of us picked that.
Those are the only two
I think
consensus
those are the
picks.
only ones, yeah.
Don't we all have Martin Short?
No, only two people do.
Oh.
Yeah, I picked Martin Short.
Me too.
Oh, I'm putting it back in. Sorry.
I picked.
Not three of us up there.
Okay. I picked Bradley Cooper for The Righteous Gemstones because I think that was a very talked about episode, and he was really good in it. And yeah, it's. Go ahead, Clarence. Were you going to say something?
I'm going to say it's not a comic performance, though. That's the problem.
Oh, it's kind of
neither
funny.
is John
It's dark.
Bernthal.
Yeah, it's dark.
Well, that's true. Well, I mean, The Bear's not a comedy, so.
It's darkly funny, The Righteous Gemstones, though. It always has been. And then I picked Dave Chappelle because I feel like he always gets in, which I guess that logic I did not use with Maya Rudolph.
I think he's won multiple times even.
Yeah, he has. And then you guys, some of you picked Martin Scorsese.
I did.
No,
Joey
I
did
not.
No, I did.
All right. I took out Will Poulter and I put in Martin Short.
Okay, so all of
Peer
us.
pressure.
Yes. And then I did not pick Ron Howard. I did not like that episode. I just felt like it was weird. But you guys all picked Ron Howard for The Studio.
I went with him not because I liked the episode, but because everyone seems to think a director is going to get in. And between Martin Scorsese and Ron Howard, the more performance was Ron Howard because he has that big blow up where he's screaming at him. And Martin Scorsese just comes in and plays himself.
Yeah.
Well, he just has like 3 lines and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's I totally agree. That's exactly why I went with Ron Howard.
And Ron Howard also, he's played himself twice this year because he also has a cameo in Murders in the Building.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I didn't realize that.
That's right. I forgot about that. So I went with Bradley, Christopher McDonald for Hacks, John Bernthal for The Bear, which we all have already mentioned, and then I added Martin Short and then Ron Howard. Who have we? Jalal, you went with John Mulaney.
I went with John Mulaney. He is very popular at the Television Academy. If you just kind of look at every year, he gets a nomination somewhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's writing, sometimes it's performance. He's, I think, won this category before a couple of years ago. Does anyone have the tab open? I'll Google it just to make sure. But yeah, he's popular, and SNL gets in a couple every year. I thought it was going to be, I kind of struggled. I went back and forth between John Mulaney and Walton Goggins, but in the end I went with John Mulaney.
Actually, Mulaney has not won this category. He was nominated once in 2019, but he lost to Luke Kirby for Maisel.
But his special one.
Oh, yes. Sorry, yeah, he won for writing at least once.
Yeah, I guess only once in SNL, like you said. But yeah, he's popular, and I go back and forth this year. I don't know about you guys. I keep thinking about the 50th anniversary of SNL and if that's going to help them get more nominations, or if so. It could not, for all we know, but it could mean nothing to them because this season was not great. But yeah,
I think the special was better than the season.
The only other person I question is their love for Giancarlo Esposito. Could maybe get him in for Poker Face.
Yeah.
It's not like one of the best episodes of the season, though.
Is it not
Is
good?
his wife Katie Holmes on that?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, it's weird. They just you don't. She's I don't know. I always picture her as Joey Potter. She's young and he seems older, but he's probably not that old.
I think of her as April from Pieces of April.
I used to watch Pieces of April every year on Thanksgiving for funsies.
We need another dozen glaze. I think Joelle will be the only one who gets that.
I've never seen that one.
You'd like it, Megan.
Yeah.
Oh, Giancarlo Esposito is 67 years old, and I think that so Katie Holmes is like 20 years younger than him, so it is a weird age gap.
She was married to Tom Cruise. So.
Right. True.
Jumping on a couch.
But yeah, it's a weird category this year.
It is. Should we move to supporting actress in comedy series?
Yeah.
All right. We have 7 nominations here, and we have consensus on 5. We have Hannah Einbinder, Hacks. We have Janelle James, Abbott Elementary. We have Catherine Hahn, The Studio. We have Liza Colón-Zayas, The Bear. And we have Shirley Ralph, Abbott Elementary. I would add to that, where I differ, would be Catherine O'Hara, The Studio. And I have Jessica Williams for Shrinking.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
This is the category that I struggle with. That like when you see people predicting somebody and you kind of understand why, but I don't see. Like, I understand why people are predicting her. I just would prefer to nominate another performance. And
were you referencing? You understand why people are predicting who?
What?
Sorry, you understand why people are predicting who?
Oh, I understand why people are predicting Catherine Hahn because everybody loves Catherine Hahn. I don't. I personally would prefer Catherine O'Hara to get in over Catherine Hahn. I just think she has at least a variety of things to do. Like, I remember seeing when the show first dropping, and I saw people, online being like, "Oh, the Emmy is hers," and I was like, "Really?" I have her in, but my heart would really go for nominating someone like Linda Lavin for Mid-Century Modern.
She's so good on that show.
She's so great in that season, and obviously she dies. I mean, in real life, not just on the show. So
it feels like the last great multicam performance.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I think all the consensus ones are really locked in. I have Jessica Williams in for Shrinking. She was nominated for season 1. I don't know what that show is going to do this season. It did so well, like surprisingly well. Season it didn't get a ton, but I mean, it got.
Did it do surprisingly well?
I mean, I didn't think that people thought that Jason Segel was going to get in. And
I feel like it missed out on everything people thought it would get.
Yeah,
and then
I think it was like
things no one
inverted.
predicted.
Yeah. And I feel like that could happen again for certain things, but I don't know. I feel like there's a super passionate love for that show. But I don't think I have the balls to take somebody out to predict Linda Lavin. But yeah.
It's a weird category this year with a lot of options.
Megan, you've got actually you have Catherine O'Hara, so you've got everything else covered.
Yeah,
she has
Carrie and Penny Silver for the 4 seasons.
So do I. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so great.
I feel like that she could sneak in because it's a performance we're not used to seeing from her, and she is beloved, I think, within the industry, and I think that they might throw some support that way.
Excellent.
I think she's the best thing in that show.
Agreed.
I wouldn't say that she's well known within the industry. I would say she's well known within comedy circles, and she could get a passionate vote from comedy names. I think she's been kind of given this raw deal in Hollywood post Reno 911. She's so talented and she should be the star of lots of things. And she should be getting like the Niecy Nash treatment.
Yeah.
And I do think people like that show. When I talk to people, the one show that people have consistently seen is The Four Seasons. I think it came out at the right time. So I would love to see her sneak in.
And that's a good, like, the actors that I feel like some people feel comforted by certain actors that they love. It's like, oh, Steve Carell, oh, Tina Fey. So that, gives them the trust to dive into something new.
I will say it's interesting how low on the chart Jane Lynch is, seeing as this whole season was about her on Only Murders.
Yeah. I almost put her in too. This category is very hard for me. I feel like there could be a lot of inspiring stuff, and I'm worried it's just going to default to repeat stuff. It kind of makes me mad.
Well, the one thing we can agree on is Patti LuPone's not getting in.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised that no one is predicting Meryl Streep for Only Murders, but
she's barely in it.
I know, but it's because of the
stupid rule.
Yes, the rule, and are they going to go through and just name check Meryl Streep as they have in other categories? Although there is a wealth of names to choose from here. Moving on to comedy supporting actor, Joey, give us the consensus picks and then your own.
Sure. So we all have Eben Moss-Bacharach for The Bear, Ike Barinholtz for The Studio, Paul W. Downs for Hacks, and Tyler James Williams for Abbott Elementary. I have Brett Goldstein in now for Shrink. Okay, so Shrinking, I'm like, there are 3 men in contention. I think 2 are going to get in, but I don't know which 2. I currently have Brett Goldstein and Michael Urie. Michael Urie won Critics' Choice. But then, Brett Goldstein has a really emotional arc. It's again more of a dramatic thing. And I think a lot of people were saying that they are so shocked that Harrison Ford did not get in for season 1. And he has a lot of really funny stuff again in season 2. And he has that sort of emotional wallop at the end of season 2.
Don't spoil it.
I'm not going to say anything, but it's just like, it's such a good, maybe I'm just going to change it right now as I'm talking about it. But I don't know. It's just Brett Goldstein won 2 Emmys for Ted Lasso. He is a sort of a co-creator on the show. I think he's directed some of it. I think I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Harrison Ford had that Screen Actors Guild nomination this year.
Yeah.
For Shrinking.
God damn it. I'll be very happy if it's. I need Ike Barinholtz to get in. I think he's my favorite performance of the season for The Studio. I think. Personally, I would maybe take out Paul W. Downs. He does a lot more. If he doesn't get in, I wonder if it's because, a lot of his stuff is with Dance Mom, and that last episode is really funny and physical.
He almost has to snort cocaine out of our asshole, Joey. He's in. He's in.
Move it. It's, I don't know, maybe I don't know. He directed a lot this season. So, because I remember when I was going through that season, I was like, where is Jimmy? I feel like Jimmy isn't in it as much in the first half, but he comes around a lot more in the second half. But I don't know if this is a place where like Walton Goggins becomes a double nominee for Righteous Gemstones. And I know like Jalal has him in and Clarence has him in.
Yes. I want to change. Why do we think Bowen Yang's going to get in? Megan, why do we think Bowen Yang's getting in?
We don't put money on that.
Well, his podcast just like didn't it just win an award and stuff? I feel like he's been around. I mean, he's always kind of a standout on the show, and people are also noticing him more. So that's what I was wondering about. That's why I picked him.
devil's advocate is the Wicked effect.
Yeah, that too.
And
Yeah.
has he missed?
In my mind, he has. Yeah.
Okay.
He got in last year, did not get in the year before, got in the year before that, and got in the year before that. So he's out of 3 out of the past 4. Yeah.
I'm trying to find space for Harrison Ford, and I can't because I'm going with Michael Urie.
Why is everyone predicting Michael Urie when they're using the Critics' Choice as an example? The Critics' Choice, which is the group that voted for a man that wasn't even in a show that wasn't even on the air that year. So
I use that as sort of a backup. I think that I think he's I don't know. I just think he's really funny in season 2. I don't know. He's never been nominated before. He has a lot of this. I don't know, the whole thing about him and not thinking that he wants a kid. I think is really funny. I don't know. Also, I talked to him, so I'm just very charmed by Michael Urie.
He did deserve to win for Ugly Betty.
Yeah, he's great. So maybe it is Brett Goldstein and it is Harrison Ford. Maybe that's a combination.
Well, who else do you have? The three
I
of
have
you.
Coleman Domingo, yeah, just because he's so popular and he's so good in everything he does, and he is good on the 4 seasons. And I think he's just a good example of an actor that mixes comedy and drama well, and he's an actor's actor. He's very skilled compared to some of the names we've been talking about that are terrible actors and have no business getting nominations anywhere across their career. I think Coleman Domingo is actually the one who is, I think, Juilliard trained. And
who doesn't love Coleman Domingo? Like, if you are someone who doesn't like Coleman Domingo, I don't want to know who you are because I'll punch you in the balls.
He's so good.
He did not go to Juilliard.
He did not go to Juilliard? Where did he go to?
Temple.
Okay. I mean, he's just a brilliant man. He's equal parts brilliant, equal parts beautiful.
Yeah. And you want him on your red carpet. Give me a break.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I just think when you look at a ballot, I think he stands out. I think that helps. And he doesn't have competition from anyone. Like a lot of the names we discussed are people who are competing against their co-stars. Like we've Shrinking. It's like, who do you pick from that? He has no competition. His competition is Will Forte. And so he has no competition at all. So yeah, I think he gets in. I think he deserves to get in. One name that I think is an interesting name on this list that no one has predicted is Timothy Simons for Nobody Wants This, who
he's so good.
And it's a polar opposite of what he does on Veep. So I think it's a good showcase of his talent.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just looking something up. Just give me. Was he ever nominated for Veep?
No.
Yeah,
he was. No.
Was he?
No.
He was someone that we predicted every year and then stopped.
Yeah.
I thought
he would. No, he was never individually nominated.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Oh,
he's on the Handmaid's Tale season 6.
What?
This plays Commander Bell.
Okay. So is Darcy Carden. Well, not as a commander, but.
All right. Any other contenders you want to talk about in the comedy supporting actor category?
No.
All right. I think it's your turn, Jalal. Comedy actress.
Great.
There's only 2 consensus picks here.
Oh, I mean, look at the
3.
chart.
There's 3.
I can guess who they are. They're going to be Jean Smart and Io Debris. Is the third, and Quinta Brunson.
And Quinta Brunson, yep.
And then I think, yeah, those three are pretty much locks. And then there's a handful of really strong names vying for those 2 slots, which are the wickedly beloved Kristen Bell, Belle of the Ball in Hollywood, Natasha Lyonne, Academy-friendly actress Selena Gomez, Catherine Hahn, and Uzo Aduba, Tina Fey. So yeah, there's a lot of options. So it's just, I guess, here, I don't know who wants to take it and what their 2 are.
Well, I went with Natasha Lyonne because I feel like she's been everywhere. And she's
promoting AI.
We won't talk about that. But she's been everywhere, but she's also really great on Poker Face. And she was nominated before. So I feel like she gets in over Kristen Bell. That's my hunch. Especially if Kristen Bell's did not get in for the other. Wait, what is it? The Happy Place? What is it?
The Good Place.
The Good Place.
I think Natasha Lyonne got in over her for The Good Place when she was doing Russian Doll.
Oh, right. And she didn't get in for Veronica Mars either.
No. Well, that was never going to happen, Megan.
Well, but still, it's another iconic role for her.
The nomination that we should all be predicting and all be talking about would be Edie Patterson for The Righteous Gemstones, but that is not going to happen.
I would love that.
Or Bridget Everett, Somebody Somewhere.
God, I love that too.
You know, we haven't talked about it on this podcast, but very quickly, you know, do you think, of course, Netflix only announced it after the votes came in, but they canceled The Residents.
Mm-hmm.
Because I assume it's just, you know, the expense of producing that show.
Yeah.
I feel like of the predicted 5 that I have Selena Gomez in, but I feel like she's the number 5 spot. I think the consensus would be the top 3 and the bottom 2 would be Kristen Bell and Selena Gomez. And I'm really tempted to take her out and put in Uzo Aduba because she has like how many fucking Emmy nominations. So maybe I will do that. She's been nominated for at least 4. Uzo Aduba has. I'm torn.
Winning, you know, out of all the women that we thought were going to get nominated for Mrs. America, and she was the one that did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
had been predicting her all along, but I keep thinking like Only Murders in the Building. That's kind of where that vote goes for me.
Yeah, I mean she's won 3, nominated for 5. So she is sort of like a mainstay. But then I also think that I totally could see Catherine Hahn getting in. That show was huge.
I will say there's no show that has more billboards around town right now that I get follow along. Yeah.
And
they're pushing it.
I don't know. She was probably second place for I guess to win for WandaVision behind Julian Nicholson, who won for Mayor of Easttown.
Right.
So maybe I should switch Selena to her.
Do you think there's such a stain on Amelia Perez that it makes people not want to vote for Selena Gomez this year?
No.
I don't think so either. I mean, it's not. Anyway, Joey, at some point you have to lock in your predictions.
No. All right, I'm gonna take Selena out and put in. I think I'm gonna put Catherine Hahn.
And there's also Tina Fey, who I think gave a really great performance, and she constantly gets in the guest acting race, so she can't be counted out.
No, definitely not. All right, Megan, you want to take us to comedy actor? Leading actor in a comedy series? And we have 4 consensus picks there, so this will be pretty easy.
So almost all. Okay, so we have Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. We have Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building. We have Seth Rogen for The Studio. We have Steve Martin for Only Murders in the Building. and then where we diverted. I'm sorry, I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Where we went different paths was Jalal did not pick Adam Brody for Nobody Wants This.
No.
But you did pick Steve Carell for the 4 seasons.
Mhm.
And I guess that was the only one that was in consensus. And I think Adam Brody's in. I definitely think he's in.
I think we need to be as serious people, and not just like people predicting. I mean, Emmy voters. What and like we're just voting for people now because they're kind of cute.
Oh, but he's so good.
Did you laugh once at him in that show?
I laughed so many times.
Oh, okay. It's just like I guess we're in the era where most voters are nostalgic for the OC.
I mean, I don't know about that, but I thought he was really good.
I just don't, not to yuck your yum or anyone's yum if everybody likes him, but like I just think he was charming, and that to me, I'm just kind of a little shocked that he's been doing so well and at the top of everyone's predictions, and he won the Critics' Choice Award.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and I think got SAG nomination, and it's just so weird to me because it's just not like to me an awards performance, but
yeah.
Good for him. He's been working a long time and he's very likable, and I think lost his house. So
he did.
All right. Any other high-ranked contenders for comedy actor?
I think we should always keep in mind someone that I think would very much excite Megan is I think this category is ripe for a surprise and an edgy contender. And with not a lot of passion behind any of these people, I could see a surprise like Nathan Fielder maybe getting in for the rehearsal.
Oh, I would love that.
And he did a lot of campaigning, and he was on, was it CNN or something wild? Or
he has been all over the place. I don't know, but they won't view it as a performance.
No, but people did talk to me about that show. That seemed to be a show everyone watched, but you're right, Megan. It's probably not looked at as like acting.
But I like where your head's at.
Yeah, no, it's a dark horse contender. I like it.
Wait, Tulsa King is a comedy?
Really? Is that what?
Is it?
The Gold Derby has Sylvester Stallone in for Tulsa King. So. Okay.
Right, we have to change everything.
Yeah, rewrite all your predictions. All right, closing out comedy, we have on comedy series, we have 7 titles that are consensus picks across the 4 of us. We have Abbott Elementary, we have Hacks, we have Nobody Wants This, we have Only Murders in the Building, we have The Bear, not a comedy, we have The Studio, and What We Do in the Shadows. And the only place that the 4 of us differ is in Shrinking, Jalal. You have Agatha All Along instead of Shrinking.
Mm-hmm.
All those billboards.
It's not just the billboard. I feel like Disney. I was like, well, they seem to always kind of get their shows in, and they seem to always get like the below the line people. I feel like congregate and vote for their shows. Less so in a comedy race because they really have comedies, but the Mandalorians and the Andors and am I forgetting anything else?
Obi-Wan Kenobi,
WandaVision, they always get in, even when they don't get acting nominations or writing nominations or directing nominations. And Shrinking didn't get in for its first season.
No, it didn't, but it did get a SAG nomination this year.
So I'm not like super confident in Agatha All Along. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of these shows could actually fall out. I think What We Do in the Shadows, I feel like it's fallen off the radar. I have it in 6th place, but like I think that I could see that falling. I have Nobody Wants This in 8th, but I could see that falling out just because it just doesn't feel like an award. Like a lot of these shows don't feel like award shows. They're like the Emily in Parises of this year.
Forgot that show existed.
So it's an odd year. Shrinking could totally get in. I know I'm definitely in the minority on that. I think it's because I've only ever seen one episode of Shrinking, and last Christmas when it was airing, the friends I was staying with were watching it, and I watched completely out of context what seemed to be the most dramatic episode at a bus stop or train station or whatever, with Brett Goldstein crying. And I was just like, what is this doing in a comedy race? So I think that threw me off.
There's a lot of truly, like, unlike The Bear, there's a lot of truly funny moments in the second season. Yeah. That you just did watch something out of context. And it's definitely balancing that line, because there's a lot of heavy content in it. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of trauma. There's but there are really funny moments too.
Yeah.
All right. Let's break into the drama races and wrap this up. Joey, give us the consensus picks for drama guest actress.
You mean the majority of these that I guessed? So the consensus is Catherine O'Hara, The Last of Us, Cherry Jones, perennial nominee for The Handmaid's Tale, Caitlin Dever for The Last of Us, and Merritt Weaver for Severance. If she can win for Godless, she can get nominated anywhere. I have... God, there's 6 here. Okay. I have also Gwendolyn Christie for Severance. Completely, that's a guess. And just because it is Laurie Metcalf, I have Laurie Metcalf for Elsbeth. But I feel like I should switch one of those for Hilary Swank for Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I have Hilary Swank. I do not think that Gwendolyn Christie barely has any lines in Severance. Like, she's a weird goat woman.
Yeah,
great.
I don't think that matters.
I know they're probably just going to vote for her off the name, but if they are,
I love Game of Thrones.
I went with Jane Alexander for Severance, who actually has a very strong episode with getting tired blanking on her
Patricia
name.
Arquette.
Yeah,
good old Patty.
Yeah. But I have all of the others as well. I'm still surprised Caitlin Dever. I feel like as much as people talked about her in The Last of Us, I'm still shocked that she's a guest performance.
I know. It felt like something they'd want to put her in supporting just to tear up for next season.
Yeah.
I'm actually changing mine. I'm going back to Hilary Swank. I adjusted.
You took her out, Megan?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if she'd get in because I don't know. She was such a character that people were like divided about. So, but
the billboards for that show this year all over town are her being stabbed.
Right.
And it's just her lifeless body on the ground. It's very jarring.
I feel like they should have a billboard of just the hat.
Yeah.
They do.
And
they do?
That's what I just said.
Oh, I don't know.
Just the hat, not her, just the hat.
Oh, just the hat. Oh.
Yeah.
And see, I picked her because I think I think the universe has a perverse sense of humor, and that Yellow Jacket's only acting nomination will be Hilary Swank this year.
Oh, I did not pick just her.
I know, but I do think she will be the only acting nomination, much like Alfre Woodard was the only acting nomination from the second season of Desperate Housewives.
Okay,
oh
I'm
my
taking
God,
out
I forgot
Christie.
about that.
I watched whoever won that year, and it was like best supporting actress, and it's Alfre Woodard being like, "Your brother, he might be dead," and I was like, "What?" It's just like, hilarious.
Alfre. I will say this category seems a little silly without the best guest actress performance of the year, which is Sam Sloyan for The Pit.
Oh.
And because, spoiler alert, next category we have her husband in, I think, or a lot of us do. And she's just, I think, so good. But, oh well.
Which one's Rebecca Toney on The Pit?
She plays isn't she the one with, she was like self-submission.
Oh, okay, got it.
She's not the mom, is she?
Oh wait, no.
Oh, she's the daughter of them. She has to take her dad off life support.
Yes.
Yeah,
She was really good.
I'm as much as people talked about her, I'm surprised that Samantha Sloyan isn't more in the conversation for the pit.
she didn't submit herself.
Oh, okay.
She's not on the ballot. That's why. Yeah, I think she'd be at the top because her husband's in the mix on the other side.
It's bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Should we move on to guest actor in a comedy series?
We can.
Jalal.
Oh yeah, my favorite category. Sean Hannessy for The Pit, Scott Glenn for The White Lotus, Jeffrey Wright for The Last of Us. I need to look at our chart because I was going off of my Gold Derby stuff. Sorry, guys. The other consensus picks are everyone. Joe Pantoliano has a lot of predictions. Forrest Whitaker for Andor. Almost all of us are predicting. Sorry, am I forgetting? Mackenzie Aston looks like half of us are predicting. So it's a lot of kind of like. Sorry, that chart's hard for me to look at. I have Mackenzie Aston, Forrest Whitaker, and I also have Ben Mendelsohn for Andor. And
I do too.
Yeah, I took him out, and I don't remember who I replaced him with, but Mackenzie Aston for The Pit. And the only thing that I'm confident about is I'm only confident in Sean Hannessy getting nominated and Scott Glenn getting nominated. Those are the only two things that I'm extraordinarily confident about.
Maybe I'll take Beau Bridges out for Matlock and put in Scott Glenn.
I mean, if this is the Academy of 15 years ago, Beau Bridges would be a lock.
Yeah.
To win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then I think you and I went rogue with Ben Mendelsohn, Jalal.
Did he? I mean, he won for playing a ghost, guys.
I know. And then I picked Jonathan Bailey for Bridgerton because I just feel like he's everywhere right now too.
Everyone, I have not seen this season of The Last of Us, so like I didn't go with Joe Pantoliano. Is there a reason a lot of people are predicting him?
No idea.
No.
Nope. Which one is Gong Yu? All right. From Squid Game. Which character?
Oh, I have to look that up.
Oh, I thought you put him in our charts because you liked his performance.
No, I put him in the charts because he was in the top 50. Oh, he's the
the card guy.
Yeah, he's the card guy from season 2.
Kate Blanchett. Okay.
Yeah.
He's very
Kate
famous.
Blanchett of season 2.
He's very famous in Korea, but that means nothing here.
Yeah. I don't think he's getting in personally, but all right. Megan, supporting actress in a drama series.
Sure. So let's see. Our consensuses are Amy Lou Wood for The White Lotus, Carrie Coon for The White Lotus, Catherine Lanasa for The Pit, Parker Posey for The White Lotus, and Taylor Dearden for The Pit. So we have 5 consensus ones, and this is 7. So I had picked Allison Janney for the Diplomat, and Joey and I picked that one. Clarence did too. Jalal did not pick that one. Jalal picked the how do you say Deacon Lockman for the
Deacon
Severance?
Lockman,
Yeah, which is a good pick. And then I also picked Patty Arquette for Severance because she is iconic, even though she's not in it very much.
She could fart on a snare drum, and they would give her an Emmy nomination.
And then Jalal also picked Natasha Rothwell for The White Lotus.
Yeah, and I think that's what I would take out, but I just don't know who to replace her with. I think it's hard because maybe we'll just talk about it now. They changed the way that they vote this year for nominations because the past couple of years, and when we've seen The White Lotus and other shows get 1 million nominations, in a single category. It's because they were allowed to go down the ballot and vote for as many people as they wanted. They could literally vote for every single person on the ballot if they wanted to. So that's why we were seeing these shows. But this year they can only vote for as many people as there is space for on the ballot or in the categories. So does Natasha Rothwell, if you can only vote for 7 people, does she get a vote? Probably not.
Yeah,
it's hard.
That one's tough.
So if someone is going to say, well, the White Lotus is not as strong because it didn't get as many acting nominations, and this is going to be the reason why. I feel like they just don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. When Jalal explained that to me, that's the first thing that popped into my head. I was like, oh, someone's going to be dumb. Including myself, but thank God Jalal corrected me.
So it's interesting. I just don't know how that pans out here. Because I think there are performances here that not a lot of us are predicting that I think have passion behind them. Like we all really like Leslie Bibb. And if the 3 of us were voting, she'd probably make our 7. But like I don't know where the passion of the Academy is. And that's kind of why I went away from Alice and Janney too. Just because if you had unlimited ballots or unlimited options on a ballot, a lot of people probably would name check Alice and Janney, but she is a guest performance going into the supporting race. For a show that was last fall that I feel like is very frothy and fun, and in the moment people like it, but I don't know anyone who's talked about The Diplomat in 6 months. So does she get in? I don't know.
It's a compelling argument.
Yeah.
Sure. She did get into SAG though, right?
I mean, the SAG people do a lot of things.
Well, they're all actors.
Are they all actors? Aren't some of them Antifa? What do you call it?
Yeah.
Not Antifa. What are they called?
Oh,
AFTRA.
Yeah, AFTRA. Yeah.
AFTRA.
Antifa. All right.
But if it were up to me, this category would be exclusively the pit crew. And
I love that you're part of the pit crew.
All I want. Crew. Put Fiona Dorff in there. Put that little know-it-all girl that was right the entire time.
Issa Briones.
Issa Briones, yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Very good. Anything else with supporting actress in a drama series?
Can I ask, just as a poll real quick, who we're all predicting to win this?
For drama supporting
actress, yeah.
Do
we all think it's going to be Amy, or are we all moving around?
I think maybe Parker Posey.
I'm predicting Amy Lee Wood.
See, I don't know. I feel like there was too much drama around that whole.
They're friends now, Megan.
No, yeah, they took a picture together. Totally friends.
It's so dumb. I just think it's so dumb, and it really soured the whole experience.
Oh, it made me more excited for the experience.
Joey, what about you? Who do you think is going to win?
I'm between Amy Lee Wood and Carrie Coon.
The queen of HBO.
The queen of HBO, exactly. I think people love Amy Lee Wood's character so much that I could see them voting for that character, just voting for the character because they love it. But I remember when Carrie Coon had that monologue and everybody was just like, "It's done, sewn up." I was like, "All right, guys." So I think I go back and forth between the two of them, but I feel like I'm predicting Amy Lee Wood right now.
If she had just died, because usually someone who dies wins an Emmy.
I would give it to Carrie Coon just for how she runs on the dock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
that.
I feel like Carrie Coon is drama Catherine Hahn. Every year we think she's almost going to get it. And then she always has a great show.
There's a great moment in Gilded Age Season 3 where she stress eats some sort of pastry. It's just like the best thing I've ever seen.
Maybe the Gilded Age helps her. So
could be.
Yeah.
Who just read out supporting actress in a drama series? Was it you, Megan?
I think it was.
Okay. All right. So supporting actor in a drama series. We have very little consensus here across 7. nominations. So the 3 consensus picks are Jason Isaacs, The White Lotus, Tramel Tillman, Severance, and Walton Goggins, The White Lotus. Outside of those, I have Jack Lowden, Slow Horses, and Patrick Schwarzenegger, White Lotus, Sam Rockwell, White Lotus, and Zach Cherry, Severance.
I have Tramel Tillman for. Oh wait, was that a consensus one?
Yeah, that was a consensus pick.
Wait, what did I have anything weird? I had Jack Loudon with you. Oh, I had John Turturro. He also has that like crazy episode.
You all have Patrick Ball for the pit, and
yes.
I was between Patrick Ball and Zach Cherry, and he is so closely tied to Merritt Weaver, who I think is a strong threat to win, that I just couldn't see him not getting nominated as the emotional center of this season.
But then Patrick Ball is so closely tied to some of Noah Wiley's big scenes, including that one.
The only thing that made me not want to predict Patrick Ball for a bit, even though I got him in because I think he's good, and he doesn't have a lot of. Patrick Ball would be like the representation for the pit here in supporting actor. This is his first television credit. For a long time, he didn't even have a Wikipedia page. So I wonder if there's just not a lot of he doesn't have the connections. He doesn't have the name recognition. He's from Clarence's neck of the woods. He was on an episode of Law and Order 2 years ago. That was his first credit. But he's mostly like a stage actor, which love. But I wonder if that hurts him.
I wonder if it actually helps him, because it's like, oh, you're getting your due type of thing.
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
Who knows?
The other thing that I had, and I talked about this in the piece I posted today, where there are performances that you think are very obvious nominations that for some reason the Television Academy don't fully embrace a freshman show. I think about great, Severance, a lot of, not Severance, Succession is what I meant. Succession, nobody was nominated for Succession in season 1. Then it exploded. Then, Game of Thrones got a lot of nominations, but it only got that one acting performance nomination for Peter Dinklage. And I'm wondering, and I need to finish this season, and he's very good in what I've seen so far, but I'm wondering too I think the pit is going to get nominated across the board. I'm predicting it in almost every other place, but I'm wondering how many people are going to compare it to ER, which is the most Emmy nominated show in Emmy history.
Is it still?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I looked it up today. And its first season, it got 23 nominations, which you never see that for a first season show. So I'm wondering if really they are going to so wholly embrace what has been in some corners considered to be kind of a knockoff of ER, or a clear successor to ER, and they will tell you that it's not because they're being sued for that fact. But I don't know. I was just very torn between him and Zach Cherry, and I'm just going to go out on the limb for Zach Cherry. I do expect Patrick Ball to get nominated, though. Joey, you've predicted everybody that we've talked about, I think.
And I believe you're right. Taking no risks here.
Are we missing anybody else who's a potential?
Christopher Walken has fallen pretty far down in everyone's predictions, even though he was nominated last time.
He's
barely in it.
Name recognition. He's barely in it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a name recognition last time. So, yeah.
All right, let's move to lead actress in a drama series. Joey, we have 4 consensus picks.
So the 4 consensus is they include Britt Lauer for Severance, Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale, Kathy Bates for Matlock and Carrie Russell for the Diplomat.
And this is where Megan went rogue.
This is where Megan went rogue because me, Clarence, and Jalal all have Bella Ramsey for The Last of Us, and Megan has Melanie Linsky. This is one of those categories. It's like, just make it 6.
And I just wonder, I picked Melanie Linsky because she's beloved. Everybody loves her. Bella Ramsey, I feel like people are mad about the way this season went, and they might take it out on her. I don't know. Or them. I'm sorry. That's wrong. Them. They might take it out on Bella. Canceled. Sorry.
I mean, there's a lot of online discourse about whether or not people like her performance. And there's so many scenes, and these aren't people who are voting members of the Television Academy, but there's so many tweets about, look how expressive this shot of this character at this moment in the video game was, and look at Bella Ramsey's face.
Shut up, guys.
Which is incredibly mean. And I think, she is getting a lot of heat. Weirdly, or they are, excuse me, I got him canceled too. They are getting a lot of heat for this season, and I don't believe that they necessarily deserve it. Or they don't deserve it at all.
It's gotten so intense that I think there might even be like a support them thing. And Bella was very popular for a long time. They got nominated first season. They were a fan favorite on Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
like a beloved fan favorite.
Until they got crushed by a giant.
Yeah.
But also, like, they're not going to be the focus of season 3. Like, they announced, like, the show announced, like, correct, like they said, Caitlin Deaver is going to be the lead of season 3. So I could see people voting for Bella Ramsey because they could say, well, this is the last time that we can give them another Emmy nomination for this show in that category. So I think of the consensus picks, I would probably put her in for, maybe the most at risk to fall out, and Melanie Linsky would take it, I think. I don't think it's Emma Darcy. I don't think it's Helen Mirren. I don't think it's not even Sharon Horgan who was nominated in this category for the first season. So I don't think it's Carrie Preston, even though people love that show.
It's not Nicole Kidman for The Perfect Couple.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I really want that to get nominated for choreography.
I can't believe they're trying to trot that out a second season. Anyway,
it's not the craziest thing that network's tried.
No, that is true.
Nicola Coughlan, didn't she get SAG and Golden Globe?
Did she get Golden Globe too?
Did she? I know she got SAG. But maybe she got both. I would have to look it up, but
I desperately need Kathy Bates to win this.
What?
Yeah.
I just want her to win this so bad.
Probably will.
I hope so.
I don't understand how everyone has kind of easily kind of slid into Kathy Bates is definitely winning this, because it's across every prediction site. And I mean, she could. I'm not saying she won't. I just find it hard in 2025 and what we know about the Emmys that they're going to vote for a Matlock reboot or spinoff or whatever. It's not
going to be if she does win, it's not going to be a vote for that show. It's going to be a vote for her.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't give her everything she is in. She's been in a lot of crap.
Right.
She lost the SAG Award 6 months ago to Anna Sawai. So
I know.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to me that the CBS Matlock show, everyone thinks is such a lock, and it's by everyone I mean you look everywhere online, and everyone's obviously Kathy Bates, and I love her, and I would never speak ill of a Kathy Bates win. It's always a blessing, but it's also a blessing when she loses because she's always mad.
She tears up paper.
Yeah. And on TikTok, her what I think personally is one of the greatest scenes in cinema is going viral again, which is Tawanda. The children have discovered Tawanda.
Yes. Go Kathy Bates. All right, Jalal. Lead actor in a drama series. We have 4 consensus picks.
Yeah, I could probably list them off without looking. Adam Scott for Severance, Gary Oldman for Slow Horses, Noah Wiley for The Pit. Is Pedro a consensus? Oh, shockingly,
Yes.
Yeah.
How is Pedro Pascal consensus pick among us, but Bella Ramsey is not? Okay.
I know. Well, because
He's
Is
daddy.
it his brilliant acting in Materialist? So that's why everybody.
Because he is a 51-year-old bougie queen who needs an Emmy nomination.
So those are the 4 consensus picks, and then I think a lot of us have, or at least I have, Sterling K. Brown because they love Sterling K. Brown.
I do too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Diego Luna. I guess only Clarence is predicting Diego Luna, but he's in Andor, which is a very popular show.
And it's final season. This is the last time they can nominate him or recognize him for the role.
What else are people predicting? Let's see. This chart is so.
It's the
John
final
Hamm.
season.
Yeah, there was only a 2-season show. The only other performance that people are centering around on our consensus picks would be John Hamm for Your Friends and Neighbors.
Interesting.
As somebody who has recently watched Your Friends and Neighbors, I would actually really enjoy that. Because
you like it.
I did. I was very reluctant to watch it. I liked it quite a bit. It probably could have just been a limited series. I don't know how they're going to keep. I guess he's just going to, keep stealing shit. But it feels like, in a way, just him as an actor, because after Mad Men, and he finally won an Emmy, and he's just like, let's try making him a movie star, and then it's like, nah, he does better on TV. There's sort of like this consciousness of watching him, accepting him. I don't know. There's something about watching him in that part where he's sort of almost accepting a new phase of his career. I know that's a really long roundabout way to explain it, but that's what I liked about his performance in that. And he's still just so fucking great at being an asshole. And he's hot.
I could see him getting nominated. I could see Eddie Redmayne's been doing a lot of publicity for Day of the Jackal, a show I'm not convinced that anybody's watched, but he has.
I don't think it's actually real.
He's my enemy, so he better not be nominated.
Why is he your enemy?
He tripped on my leg 12 years ago at the theater. He couldn't get to see Sweet Bird of Youth starring Kim Cattrall on time and tried to crawl over my prosthetic and fell.
Oh my God.
Hear that,
What did
Eddie
he do when
Redmayne?
he got up? I could just see him sorry.
I was wearing pants, so I think I just looked like an asshole that didn't want to stand for Eddie Redmayne. So
You mean you didn't stand for Academy Award winner Eddie Redmayne?
did he have that Oscar at that point? This was June 2013.
No, I guess he didn't.
He won in 2012. With Theory of Everything.
No. Theory of Everything was not 2012.
No, that was 2014. Never mind.
Yeah.
That was the Birdman.
He should have been nominated for
Maybe I was the good luck charm. He touched my leg and won.
Yeah.
Hear that, Hollywood actors? More of you should be touching me.
No wonder Scott Speedman keeps staring at you.
Get away from me, Scott. No Oscar for you.
All right, let's close things out, Megan, with drama series.
Okay, so we have consensus Andor, consensus Severance, Slow Horses, both of them consensus. Diplomat is a consensus, and Last of Us, The Pit, and The White Lotus. And then the ones that we went rogue on, I picked The Handmaid's Tale, Joey picked The Handmaid's Tale, Jalal picked The Handmaid's Tale.
And I went with Squid Game.
Squid
Okay.
Game, yeah.
It's funny if you look at the chart, it's like the first 3 people on the chart all picked Squid Game, and then the other 4 people on the chart picked Handmaid's Tale. It's really funny.
That is funny.
I do want to tie Clarence's prediction for Squid Game with none of us predicting in drama actor Lee Jung-jae, and that was like the hardest thing for me in a lot of these categories was being like the Squid Game was so popular before. They're really going to drop it everywhere. So I'm glad Clarence still has faith in it.
I mean, and it can pick up like tech stuff, right? I
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
It definitely will, yeah.
It's just not getting anything for season 3. Sorry.
That baby's not going to be nominated?
That season is an unholy mess.
Can Kate Blanchett get a guest nomination?
Is she in enough of it?
She could.
Don't you need a certain amount of
Oh my
minutes?
god.
Do you?
Yeah, that's because they tried to
because
disqualify.
of the Claire Foy rule. Yeah.
How many seconds is she in Claire? Like, was it like a long scene?
No, it's like 35 seconds.
She's not going to be eligible. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it. I hope it's just called the Claire Foy rule. Like, I know, like, subconsciously, everyone that's what everyone calls it. But I hope it's like actually written in like the Television Academy bylaws. But according to the Claire Foy rule, we cannot nominate you. That would be very satisfying to me.
Emmy, Wiggin.
I still have my Emmy. Fuck you.
Who did she beat?
Oh, she beat some. Who did we? There was somebody that
Alexis Bledel, McKenna Grace, Sophie Okonedo, and Felicia Rashad. I bet it was that bitch Felicia Rashad who called up the Academy complaining. And I'm okay calling her a bitch because she defends, you know who.
Yes.
All right. So that wraps our predictions for the 2025 Emmy Awards in the major categories. Of course, we will see slight alterations probably to some of these, the comedy and the limited series. The dramas are locked, although Megan, I did update yours from the change that you made on guest actor. But
Thank you.
You're welcome. But the comedy and limited series will post on Wednesday and Friday, respectively. And then next Monday, we'll have the Cooler Award nominations. And then, of course, next Tuesday, the 15th, will be the full Primetime Emmy Award nominations. So we will be covering that all day as well.
I do want to say, because you didn't say it, Clarence, it's a special Cooler Awards, because isn't it the 10th anniversary?
It is the 10th anniversary. Yes.
Shocking amount of years for the Cooler Awards. So that's exciting.
Yes, absolutely. 10th anniversary. Can't believe it.
Woo.
All right. Let's get that. We need to jump to the flash forward to the media we're most anticipating in the upcoming week. And let's do a lightning round. And Jalal, what are you looking forward to?
I actually do have something this week. Clarence and I's drug of choice is coming back. Big Brother, baby.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I quit the drug.
You always come back. You come back to that fentanyl until it kills
Stop being
you, Clarence.
Stop being a pusher. I'm in Big Brother Anonymous. I'm not watching it. I don't have time for that.
I'm going to send you memes until you come back.
No, why do you hate me? What did I do to you?
Come on, man. You know you can't do
You know what, Clarence? I'll accept it if you and Lane finally sit the fuck down and watch the Mike White season of Survivor. So we can talk about that.
That absolutely will happen. I just need to find it.
But I will be injecting Big Brother into my veins this Thursday. Joey, what are you looking forward to this week?
I'm still catching up on movies. So like this week I saw Phoenician Scheme, Jurassic World, Woman in the Yard, and I suffered through Love Her. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm looking forward to watching Elio and Superman. Megan, passing the ball to you.
And she drops it.
I dropped the ball. I was thinking. I'm trying to think of what I wanted to watch. Oh, I'm looking forward to the documentary, The Idaho Murders.
Oh my god, that's good.
Yeah, you told me that, and so I think you and I might do a podcast about it or something. So I got to watch.
Megan, did I tell you about that?
No, Joey was telling me about it.
He was my cousin's TA when that happened.
Ethan Chapin?
No.
He real quick. Okay, so this podcast is going forever. But
Koberger?
Yes.
What?
He was my cousin's TA. She was in college there when it happened, and she didn't tell any of us, even her own mother. My aunt, she didn't tell anyone. that he was her TA when it happened, because the school told everyone. Remember, the school put everyone on lockdown and said, don't talk to anyone. And what they meant was the media. They didn't mean don't tell your fucking mother that this man was your TA in class. So for 6 months it went by, and then she's like, yeah, he taught us.
Did she say he was creepy?
I didn't push it.
Oh, okay. Well, if you end up pushing it, I have so many questions. I'm so
for the podcast.
I'm so. He's like, hi, we're going to bring you on. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. I don't know why I'm so terrified of that case. Like, the reason I think this is so embarrassing to admit, I think one of the reasons why we have like a security system in our house is because I'm terrified of home invasion stuff. That scares the shit out of me. And when that case happened, I was on TikTok at like 2:00 in the morning looking at all the stuff. This is before like anyone knew anything about it. All these like people doing conspiracy theories and stuff. And so I was like, Jason, we need a home security system so I feel a little bit better sleeping at night. So yeah, I'm also looking forward to finishing that series. Not to jump back on, but yeah, Megan, sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's okay. And I also am looking forward to Too Much with
It's so good.
Yeah, is it good? It looks super cute. So
what is this?
The
Megan
Stalter.
The Lena Dunham.
I have the screeners for that too. I'm excited.
Will Sharp is in it. That's all you need to know.
It looks so cute. So I'm excited to watch that too, and just catch up on movies and everything. That's about it.
I'm wrapping a couple of titles for voting for the Cooler Awards, shrinking, and I will start Nobody Wants This. And not going to see Superman because I'm now confused as to what Superman is, because it wasn't political and now it is political because it's about an immigrant fighting against an evil corporation. And it's also colorful and joyful.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm very tired of Superman already. In fact, I was reading with glee the Daily Beast's review that basically said it ended all comic book movies because it was so bad.
Oh.
Sorry.
I've only seen like positive reactions from it, so I'll have to read that.
Well, no, they published it by mistake last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And
people were pissed about it. They wanted the Daily Mail's. It was the Daily Mail, Clarence, or who was
Daily
it?
Beast. The Beast.
They wanted the Daily Beast's access to early screenings revoked forever. And I'm like, you're just a little girl on Twitter. Like, you don't have any opinion on this.
Oh God!
And
there's the headline.
Need I remind you that the same people who are now saying Superman is the best movie ever also said The Flash was the best movie ever.
The Flash was the greatest movie ever. They had those babies flying through the air.
I do love that scene.
I just realized though the Superman coming back is going to bring a whole new generation of white men being awful to me. I had to live my entire life as a child trying to tell white fathers at my school what my name was, and them earnestly asking me if I was named after Superman's dad.
No.
Go fuck yourself. So if Superman's dad is in this movie, I will be filing a lawsuit.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Look it up right now.
All right. So does that cover it?
Yeah.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. So we are the 3M's contributors, Joey Moser, Megan McLaughlin, and me, Clarence Moy, plus Joel Haddad. Thanking you for joining us, asking you to remember to rate us on your favorite podcast app, and wishing you a very pleasant tomorrow.